I came from New York City to live the Maine life. I was hired to design outdoor footwear.
I live the Maine life. We're looking for college grads, so come get your check.
I came from Venezuela to live the Maine life. I opened my own restaurant.
Learn more about hundreds of Maine jobs and our tax program for college grads at liveandworkinmaine.com.
Hey everyone, greetings from Rockland, Maine. Here's a look at what's coming up on this week's episode.
He is unable to birth, which is an odd thing to say on camera.
He never goes anywhere without his name tag. I don't care if you're going out to dinner downtown here, he's got his name tag on.
But yeah, I'd say go back to his roots. I'd like to see him in the minivan yet again.
Thanks for joining us for our second half of Season 2 of MaineLife. 56 episodes and over 300 segments. MaineLife is on air, online, and on the road every single week, going all over the state of Maine, featuring beautiful places and interesting, hardworking Maine people. Chefs, artists, musicians, entrepreneurs. We're here in Rockland right now. We've been to Lubec, South Berwick, Moosehead, Carrabassett Valley, and there's so much more still to explore. This season, we've been so fortunate to team up with Maine Today Media. They distribute our show on their popular websites, portlandpressherald.com and mainetoday.com. We're now on Channel 6 and Channel 2 statewide and excited for what the second half of our season holds. We have so many people to thank, and we hope in this episode to achieve just that. Here's a look first at some of our favorite spots and favorite shots of the beautiful state of Maine.
Hey girl, can I say, hey you say, hey girl, give me your heart.
Thanks for watching, everyone. This is MaineLife.
An echo of an echo is the semblance of a sound, and I press and I've waited with my ear upon the ground.
Oh, lover, I'll see you there, waiting in the willows with your autumn hair. Oh, lover, I'll see you there, after many miles.
Music is such an integral and an important part of our Maine life, and I could not be more proud and excited to have Kevin Oates, the executive director of the Maine Youth Rock Orchestra, by my side every single week, bringing you Maine's best talent. Here's an opportunity now to get to know Kevin a little bit better. Kev?
Thanks, Erin. Each and every week here at the Maine Youth Rock Orchestra Studios, we bring you music from all across the great state of Maine. I've been running this nonprofit here for 3 years now, and we feature students from all across southern Maine, both in middle school and high school, who are rock stars at what they do in music. Take a look at what I do and why I do it. This has been 5 months of a lot of work. This is really the last rehearsal. On Friday, we are working on just tying things in with the thieves. Okay, that is not a time for me to fix intonation issues.
I'm your long lost brother.
This is like a crazy cool opportunity. I don't expect to be able to do anything like this later in life. To be able to like go on tour and actually play my viola for that many people is really amazing.
Whoa. Whoa.
There's nothing like being on stage and having people cheer for you. There's nothing like communicating with this group of people on stage. Without language, it is music.
What I learned the most about being a musician is that it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of practice, and it's blood and tears and sweat. But once that all comes together and you're actually standing on stage, you like come alive and your belly is filled with fire. It's just so rewarding to put all of that energy and time into something that you really care about and to have it take off and grow wings.
It's forcing bands to do something a little bit different and look at their songs a little differently and to perform them a little differently.
I'm your long lost lover and I'm coming. Oh!
The feeling of like being part of that awesome like wave of sound and music, it encompasses you, it surrounds you, it's exhilarating. We've done that almost every single day for a week, and it's been like one of the best experiences of my life.
I've never been in an orchestra quite like this. I haven't really played music like this. It's been a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. I'm really pumped to play our last show and really rock it.
While we were in Brooklyn, someone went to his car and smashed the passenger window and took his laptop from his bag. What happened, Kev?
We got a hole in the tire.
Now one of our tires is rapidly deflating, and we're probably going to miss sound checking.
This is kind of a test run in history. The first time something's gonna go wrong.
It's one of those things that is so big, so colossal, and then you have to stop and think for a second. Am I actually going on tour with a band?
It's gonna just show what Maine has to offer on a national scale.
It's not done. Nobody's really doing this, so I think it's going to be the adventure of a lifetime.
So Kevin, you're still at Myro Studios teaching a lesson while we are here filming in Rockland. So you don't know that I corralled some of your biggest supporters to help me say thank you, not only for supporting MaineLife, but our community, our musicians, and your students. Thank you.
Kevin Oates?
I know Kevin. I would assume through music, but I really can't remember. He's been a friend for a long time, which is an odd thing to say on camera.
He's a good motivator. He's really good with the kids. He loves what he does.
I still remember this moment when I had always viewed him as the little brother, but then walked into the very first classroom I ever saw him teach. And it was that moment I not only realized he'd grown up, but he was very good at what he did.
Kevin's one of those rare individuals that will put someone else's needs before his own, and he also works harder on his own stuff than anyone I've ever seen.
He snores really loud. He falls asleep in funny places.
He is unable to burp.
I think he really wants to own a motorcycle, but he might be afraid to get on one. I think.
So yeah, that's funny, Kevin.
He believes so deeply in what he does, and I don't know if people see it right off the bat, but you know, his concept and Myro, and if it gets bigger, you know, so be it. But it's not for fame, it's not for profit. It is purely for those kids on stage, and there will be new ones every year. But you know, I've never seen someone so dedicated towards education as that guy.
Appreciate the guy a lot, and it's opened a lot of doors, and we've been slamming ever since, so thanks, Kev.
Kevin, please, if you could drop down and give me 7 push-ups right now, that would be fantastic.
Hi, I'm Jim. I guess I'm just looking for the ideal partner. I love being out in the wild, taking the road less traveled. I want someone who gets along with my friends, someone I can really share my life with. I guess I'm just looking for someone I can really connect with. Hi, I'm Jim. Nice to meet you.
It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
Welcome back, everyone. As you know, MaineLife is on the road each and every week, traveling around the state to tell people's stories. And we wouldn't be able to do that without the support of Quirk Auto Group. Last year we had Phoebe, our Fiat 500, and this year, Rosie, our red Fiat. All thanks to Jack Quirk, who I met about 8 years ago, who stepped up to support the Stars and Stripes Spectacular in Portland. Prior to that, and since then, he has supported so many other nonprofits and community initiatives. Jack, I know you don't like surprises, but there are too many people that appreciate what you do and also want to say thank you.
How would I describe Jack? Oh, good one, right off the bat. Well, Jack is kind of like the glue that holds this whole company together.
Jack has an amazing work ethic.
A dynamic individual to know personally, certainly well respected in the business community, and he has the pulse not only of the greater Bangor area but of the entire state, and he's networked nationally. So, you know, he was a good friend but also a real strong advocate and bringing all of that to bear on helping the community.
That's one thing that, you know, that we learned starting out, you know, is always giving back to the community. And, you know, and he set pretty high standards, and my brothers and I, you know, we're all into it to get it because, you know, without the community, what do we have? And, you know, that's what we're here for.
The one big thing my father's always taught us, and has been passed down for years and years through me, is take care of the employees and take care of the community, and they will take care of you. So that's something that he's always told me, and that's something that we reminded of every day when we come into work, to just take care of the employees and take care of our customers and the community, and they'll take care of you.
He never goes anywhere without his name tag. I don't care if you're going out to dinner downtown here, he's got his name tag on.
So where would we be without music? We want to thank our music contributors, the Jason Spooner Band and Ghost of Paul Revere, for supporting our theme songs each and every week. Take a listen now to the Ghost of Paul Revere's latest song off of their newest album.
My name is Andrew Tozier. I'm a child of Litchfield, Maine, and I left my only family for the sea, the salt and rain. And when Lincoln called the banners in 1861, well, I joined the Union Army for the land that I am from. We were baptized by fire in the Battle of Bull Run, and we fought our southern brothers in the wind, the snow, and sun. And when our term was over, I heard the governor say.
And we can't forget about our game changers, the innovators and creators throughout the state of Maine that are working so hard above and beyond their daily jobs to do amazing things for the state and their communities. This segment has been hosted by our friend Jess Knox and supported by Stephanie Brock, the general manager at Red Thread in Portland, and Dave Libby, the president of Town and Country Federal Credit Union. I think the world of all three of you, but we also found some of your biggest supporters who also think the world of you. Take a listen.
I like to say he's got an entrepreneurial heart but a CEO mind, so he really is very creative. He loves to push the envelope.
He's always thinking of new ideas, and he's really got that out-of-the-box outlook.
Community service, community involvement is really important to him, and as a result, it's important to their entire staff. They have almost 100 employees, and it really breeds through the entire organization.
His proactiveness, his unique view of the world, and his deep commitment to helping people and in our community has really made such a difference to Maine Cancer Foundation.
Jess is pretty much the same person at home that you see on Game Changers.
When I think of someone who takes risk, thinks big, and is willing to roll up the sleeves, it is Jess Knox.
He'll take time over lunch to sit down with you and kind of talk through what's going on. And that sort of one-on-one attention is great for individuals, but broadened out to the community, it's just such a huge resource for everyone.
I first met Stephanie Brock through Jess Knox. Jess has a talent and knack for attracting people who I think are talented and also willing to roll up the sleeves and make things happen.
She is somebody that goes all in really quick in their best possible way.
She is so passionate, dedicated, committed. There's not enough adjectives for me to describe how amazing of a person she is, and I'm so grateful for having even known her for such a short amount of time.
She really believes into changing the world and aligning with people who have like-minded people who want to do great for our communities.
If I need a space, if I need a sponsorship, I know that I can call Steph and I can call on Red Thread and they'll show up, and they show up every time.
They will give you all that they have, and they are fiercely committed both to you as well as the bigger vision, and they'll bring everything that they have at that in terms of their skills, their talents, their networks, and their resources, just to raise the bar and the game as a whole here in Maine.
Thanks, Jess and Stephanie.
Thanks, Jess and Stephanie.
Here on MaineLife, we have the privilege to highlight small businesses and large employers, all people who choose to live and work in Maine. Our business segments are supported by Live and Work in Maine and MEMIC, and now we'd like the opportunity to share with you a little bit more about what they do, and also an opportunity to say thank you.
MEMIC is a leading workers' compensation insurance company. We are the leading insurer in Maine. We insure 18,000 employers in Maine and their estimated 200,000 employees. And across our whole footprint, we insure about 20,000 and about 300,000 employees up and down the East Coast. The mission of this company is such that we focus on prevention. We focus on workplace safety and keeping people safe. And as a Mainer, as somebody who's been away a couple of different times and come back and made Maine my home and wanted to make Maine my home, the idea that we help workers across Maine to be safe, to go home in as good a shape as they went to work is really a great feeling. So it's something that's pretty meaningful.
Mike's one of those people that when he finds something that he's passionate about, it is full speed ahead, and he is going to make a point to really be impactful and to make a difference and to help move the needle and move those missions forward.
Mike is really a rock star in the business community in Portland. He is very, very supportive of a lot of different groups and organizations, and not to mention his full-time job where he's now president and CEO of MEMIC.
Michael is just very community focused. He's a leader, he's very steadfast, and what I love about him most is he's very accessible.
He's a wonderful person. He's got a great family, and I just think the world of Mike. I've worked for John Leonard for 22 years at MEMIC, and he's been an inspirational guy for all 22 of those years. He really led what was once the worst state in the country in workers' compensation. He led us out of that.
John Leonard has been such an incredible leader of MEMIC, really building MEMIC and leading it through so much growth and change. And he's been an incredible player in the community, really encouraging MEMIC, encouraging the employees to get involved.
He will talk to you about insurance any time of the day or night. Yeah, he likes sports. Yeah, he can talk politics, but you know, what he really wants to talk to you about is combined ratios.
and those kinds of things. So, you know, through and through, he has been in the insurance business for over 50 years. So you can't help but learn from somebody like that.
My name's Nate Wilds. I'm Engagement Director for Live and Work in Maine, which means we keep the dots connected in the state when it comes to workforce attraction. So we're a vehicle and a toolkit for Maine employers to attract and retain the people they need to thrive here in the state. So it's as much about getting the message to the 36 million people who visit us every year in the tourist season as it is about enabling the people who are already here and know the great quality of life we have to keep their career and grow it for decades to come. We've got a great portfolio of Maine employers that are hiring a huge swath of talent.
I launched Live and Work in Maine as a tool for employers to increase their recruiting efforts and really increase awareness amongst people that maybe had a connection to the state but no longer are here, that not only is this a great place to vacation, but it's a great place to start or continue your career.
I mean, we have a quality of life that people pay a lot of money to come and experience for a short amount of time, and we get a lifetime of it when you're here to live and work. And so it's really just a matter of getting that message to the right people and getting the message to the people who want to be here and showing them that sort of mysterious job in Maine is not that mysterious after all. There's a lot of employers who are looking for talented people.
We get people to come to us and say, you know, we had no connection to Maine, or maybe they vacationed once and they came here and they said, couldn't believe the quality of the opportunity they found here.
Ed McCursey is at the helm of Live and Work in Maine, and Ed McCursey also doesn't like surprises, but there are too many people that appreciate and also want to thank all that you do for our Maine communities, Maine businesses, and entrepreneurs.
His mom's probably the funniest person you've ever met, and somehow we got those traits and he didn't. So it's most of the time it's us being really funny and he's kind of trying to play along, and you know, it works
Dad
for him
jokes.
sometimes.
He does
Dad
those
jokes,
well.
yeah.
He gives back in many, many different ways. He gives back, and Live and Work in Maine, I think, is a passion point for him. He thinks about how he can grow Maine and how he can give back in the community.
In Ed's case, generosity just is part of who he is, and he believes in giving back, and so for him it's not something you have to do, it's just something that happens.
But yeah, I'd say go back to his roots. I'd like to see him in the minivan yet again.
Love you, Dad.
Love you, Dad.
Yeah.
Proud of you.
Proud of you, big guy. Silver Fox.
And before we go, we want to thank all of you for continuing to watch and support us, our other sponsors, and of course our MaineLife production crew, Mark behind the camera, Carrie, our producer, Brian, Thor, and Jess for working so hard each and every week to produce and bring you real Maine stories about real Maine people. Cheers to the next 20 episodes. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.